Hi everyone, welcome back to another video on the channel. Thank you very much for joining me. My name is Warren Bennett, and as the thumbnail described, I'm going to put you under pressure for this video. Now this isn't psychological, this is pressure on the golf club, no matter what club you're using. Because if you put pressure on the shaft, you're going to be able to hit the ball further without you thinking about it. The ingredient that a lot of the top pros do, if not all of them, but that's not inclusive for top pros only. You can layer it on top of your swing no matter what standard and ability you are. So like anything, there's a right and wrong way to do it. I'm going to show you the details after I set the back camera up and show you what under pressure is. Right everyone, so under pressure isn't pressure psychological, it's pressure on the shaft during transition. Now I'm going to call this the lateral pressure shift. This happens during transition. Now transition is kind of 7/8 of the way up, just before you finish your top of your backswing to kind of 1/3 of the way down. Now, if you want to introduce your hands and club to drop in the slot, because remember I've said in previous videos, it's not just a pull down, it kind of happens for you. There's like a letting go of these hands, but that's controlled, I would say, by your torso. So there's this kind of internal combustion engine around about your hips and your pocket area. I've got some houses around me here. I can't really do this with a driver, but this is going to be amazing with a driver, because the more speed is generated, the more pressure can be put on this club. Pressure is activated internally, that gets thrown out down into your arms and throughout the club shaft. If you want it to be controlled better, it's control bound where your torso and your pocket area and your hips. And a lot of the top pros do this, especially with a driver. It's the same swing throughout, like I've always said in previous videos. You don't change your golf swing, but it kind of manifests itself more with a driver. With someone who doesn't create any pressure, it's just the arms and club just get thrown out. You can see from the front view, it kind of, you lose angle. You're looking to keep the angle, even increase that angle between your arms and the shaft there, as you can see. But there's a driving mechanism behind that. Without a ball to start with, make a backswing. I want you to try and keep your shoulders where they are, and I want you to kind of bump your hips towards the target. So just before your hands get to the top. So it's going to take a little bit of time. There's a little bit of sequence here to kind of juggle. I'm going to draw a line just outside my left pocket. As you can see there, just before I get to, my hands are going to the top of the backswing whilst I'm lateral pressure shifting. You can see it's only a few inches. It's not a big old exaggerated lean and like that, but you're just keeping everything back. So whilst you're kind of still turning and your hands are getting to the top of the swing, there's a little pressure shift. See, it's not just a chuck forward from my knees there, it's just a little bump over. So I'm kind of squatting down a little bit and I'm pushing my left pocket towards the target. So I'm kind of in this kind of kinked position there. It's exaggerated. So you're kind of, there's a little bit of a squat and a little bit of your left pocket going towards the target. See, my legs are still shut there, I haven't spun early. And what that's going to do, with the hand still going up to the top of the backswing, is going to put some bend into this transition, to this shaft. And it's going to allow this club to drop in the slot without you thinking about it. Because the transition is only a few clicks, and then you're going to start coming out to the ball without you thinking about it. It's going to give you this slight delay, and that's where it's brilliant with a driver, because the more shallow and inside you can be with a driver, the more on the up you can hit it. And this is where it's a fantastic driver move. Someone like Rory, he does this absolutely amazing. Probably too much, that's why he gets a bit stuck sometimes, but 3/4 of the way up, and whilst your hands are in motion to the top of the backswing, you're kind of squatting. So you've got this like kind of nice and light, but you can see there, it's allowing the arms, not working on these wrists really, allowing the wrists to kind of kink a little bit and put a bit of pressure on the shaft. So you can see I'm quite shut there from behind view, and it allows that shut. This is why that steering wheel swing a couple of videos ago, it allows your arms to drop, because there's that slight delay. Like I said, it's only a couple of clicks, which means it's bang bang and then you're off and running. What initiates the downswing? Well, it's definitely not a pull down, it's this. It's nice and light, but it's the pressure putting into this hips, a little lateral shift, quite shut, and that keeps that back to the target a little bit longer without you thinking about it, and which then allows this club and arms to swing down in front of you, slightly on the inside, but most importantly it puts pressure on the shaft. For someone like Rory, obviously very athletic, very quick, He's at the prime of his golfing life. He's going to swing it 170, 80, 200 ball speed, whatever he's got. You don't have to do that. You can just create a little bit of pressure on this shaft. And the difficult thing is you're not going to feel it, but hopefully you'll see it with the ball. Let's do a few swings and let's hit a few shots. So what I'm going to feel is 3/4 of the way up, nice and light with my grip. 3/4 of the way up, I'm going to pressure shift whilst this club's still in motion in the transition. Okay, let's go for it. Might take a few, like anything. I would say give yourself at least 10 balls. Don't even have to go full pelt. I can slow a few down here, so the result is taken away from me, but it gives me the ability to feel it in motion. It's obviously exaggerated. You can see I probably started moving halfway up, but why not exaggerate whilst you're in the drill? Kind of delays that top half without me thinking about it. This is brilliant for you guys who slice it and come over the top, because what it's going to do is going to stop that club fishing on the outside. It's going to start dropping it and delaying it a little bit more behind you like that. Lateral. Ooh, that felt the best one. So I've hit 3, I think, so far. If you hit 10, I think 10 is quite a good number, because by the time you get to the 10th, you should start blending this sequence together. Okay, I'm going to go a little bit earlier now. I'm going to go just past my hands are just past parallel. I'm going to start going. More pressure. So anyone who suffers from a bit of strike issues, if you're behind the ball too much, get this moving. Down, down, and lateral. So you can see from behind, there's a down motion. Squatting, like I've got kind of creases, increase the crease in my pockets there, whilst I'm moving forward. It's exaggerated. Okay, let's go for it. Oh, that felt the best one so far. You need a little bit of kind of physical capabilities to do this. But I think someone with just an average physical capability is going to be able just to do that, because then it allows your arms and club to drop in the slot. Let's go for it. So if you had a mirror, because obviously I can't see myself, if you did it in front of a mirror here, this is still on the way up whilst this is going forward. And that puts that pressure on that shaft. You'll see in transition, the club bends, doesn't it? And that's the pressure being put on it. But to do that, it kind of gets thrown out from this internal combustion in here, gets thrown out to your arms and hands. Okay, let's go for it. I'm going to take a bit of pace off this one to feel it. See what I did there? I took a bit of pace off it so I can feel it in motion. Really important. I'm going to exaggerate this one. I'm going to do a little bit more lateral than normal. It really helps with getting inside the ball, getting this club to hit inside, getting this club to drop down. You don't pull it down, it gets fed down by other actions of your body and hips. You get this right, this will take care of itself, folks. Because that, as far as I know, I haven't met anyone who feels like that's easy to do. You can do it under slow motion speed, obviously, and drills that are kind of putting, which is great. All this is to blend and for you to understand the golf swing and to help with these little jigsaws. But really, you want to swing and you want to feel as well. One motion to help others. Say it all the time, don't I? You want to find that one thing that improves 4. And this is an absolute beauty. Put the lines on there, I'll zoom into my left pocket. Lateral pressure squat. Affect the pressure of that golf shaft. Oh, that's the best one so far. Okay, everyone, so remember, pressure, but this pressure is a good pressure. Any questions, please put down in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. If you're new here to the channel and this is something that you think you can probably take something of, I'd love you to have a subscriber, so please hit the subscribe button down there. And if you've got social media, Facebook and Instagram under the Academy, I'd love you to have you along as well. And from myself, in a very cloudy UK actually, quite wintry at the moment, well it is February I suppose, and we wish you well and have a great golfing week. Just from myself this time, have a great golfing week everyone, and we'll see you on the next one. Cheerio!